Welcome to another episode of the Meal Prep Monday podcast. I'm your host and founder of Prep Dish, Allison Schaaf. In today's episode, I am going over FAQs for Instacart. Before we get into the episode, I have some feedback that we have been receiving on our Prep Dish Facebook group page in regards to these new Instacart links. If you're listening to this in real time, it's April 2025. We launched these just about a week ago, and some of you are already trying them out, and here's what people have to say. Someone wrote, "I love how easy it is. It saves me so much time having items already added to the cart. And I just checked and I can do my curbside pickup for free." Someone else said, "This is a game changer for grocery shopping. Such a time saver." And lastly, someone put, "I just did my weekly order and customized it to do the 3 meals that I wanted this week, plus my normal perishable items, and bam, done. It's also easy to swap for the allergy-safe options that I need. So in love." If you have not tried our meal plans, now is a great time. We have these Instacart links, which we're going to talk about in today's episode, but these are just saving you that much more time. It's a pre-filled grocery cart that you just click the link. It has all the items you need for that week. So, we have now groceries, super easy, meal prep instructions. If you're using super fast, hour or less for meal prep, and then dinner each night, just so quick and easy. Everything's kind of done for you, not having to think about meals. It's prepdish.com/MPM, short for Meal Prep Monday, to try it out for 2 weeks for free. So if you've been listening for a while, have not tried out the meal plans, this is a great time. You'll get access to those grocery cart links. All of the April meal plans have them, and moving forward, we will have them available for any of the meal plans each week. And you'll also have access to all the different varieties of meal plans. We have super fast, gluten-free, paleo, low carb. So you can kind of check them out and see what works for you and your family. Today, I wanted to jump in. We've had a few questions come up and wanted to cover those in the episode today, just to go through what I've heard from some of you as you try out these Instacart links. The first one I wanted to tackle is, how does Instacart work? So Instacart, it lets you shop online for groceries. So you select a store. You can change stores, by the way. So you can select, if you want to look. Someone actually did a quick price comparison because the links are pre-filled. It's a little easier to go in and, go to the cart and go to the checkout to see what the price is for the 2 different stores. But then, you can select, say, do you want Kroger or do you want Whole Foods or whatever it is? You can go through and select the store that you want, add items to your cart. Well, in this case, we already have the items added, but you can add more items or, edit the cart however you want. And then, you choose the time, either a curbside pickup or delivery. And there's a shopper, so a person that's in there, they pack the groceries and either leave it there for the pickup or, for delivery. So that's kind of the basics of how it works. One question we've gotten a lot is what stores are available. And I did list out all of them. Let me pull that up. Okay. So, and the caveat here, you'll need to check, put in your address, put in your zip code, and you'll see what's available in your area. It'll pull up all the stores that are available. So I'm going to list all of them that they have on their website. There might be more that they've added, and it might be that for whatever reason, it's not available at a store in your zip code. So the best way to know is just jump in, use the link, and see what's available. But it has more grocery stores than you would probably imagine. Like, I was pretty surprised at how many of the stores are available through Instacart. So Walmart, Kroger, Aldi, Sam's Club, Costco, Meijer, Publix, Albertsons, Wegmans, Whole Foods, Tom Thumb, H-E-B, Central Market, Sprouts, Fresh Market. So those are the ones that it lists. Again, get on, put in your address, zip code, and see what comes up. Even for me living in the country, I have multiple options. So, see what you have. You might be surprised at how many options you have available in your area. Okay, what stores are available? What are the fees for using Instacart? Yes, there are usually fees. One thing I will say, when I was looking just before recording, they had an offer where you can get your first 3 orders free. So basically check for the pricing because it's going to vary. I'll say what it is right now. It's recording that can always change. They have special offers, that sort of thing. Delivery fee is typically about $4 or up, but they also have this Instacart Plus program where you pay either a monthly or yearly fee, and that includes free delivery on orders over $35. So, if you're going to use it more than a few times, probably worth looking into the Instacart Plus option. Just, over time, that's going to be more cost effective to do it that way. People wanted to know, can I use coupons or promo codes? The short answer is yes. It kind of depends on what codes, where they're coming from, that sort of thing. But there is an option to input promo codes and digital coupons. So I would say the answer is yes, but also maybe you'll have to just check and see. A lot of coupons have disclaimers and are only available in certain situations. One that came up a lot that I've seen, I think I saw it on Instagram, on Facebook, and possibly even an email, is can I do curbside pickup or do you have to do delivery? The answer is usually yes. Again, you're going to have to check and see what's available with your store and your area, but a lot of times you can do the curbside. And I've heard from a lot of you that you're doing curbside, you prefer to do curbside. The advantage to curbside pickup is a lot of times there is not that delivery fee. So, it is going to be a little more cost effective. If you're already driving by the store, you can just stop through and pick them up. If you do want to go in and buy additional groceries while you're there, you can do that. I always just, do my cart, add my other things and do delivery. But I'm also 25 minutes from the nearest grocery store. So for me, it's a lot easier to just have it delivered. But just know that for the most part, both of those options are usually available. How fast can you get your groceries? A lot of times it's same day. I've even been surprised that sometimes mine are same day, sometimes within a couple of hours. Again, you're going to have to look and see, but you can schedule in advance. I meant to look up, I think it's 4 or 5 days at least. It might even be more than that. So, I like to do this too. If I know I'm going to need groceries on Tuesday or Wednesday, either Friday or Saturday, I kind of get them scheduled. So that way, it's just done. What happens if something is out of stock? So this is similar to any grocery delivery that you do, but in the moment, the shopper will message you with substitutions and you can do that. I've had that happen where, I missed the message. So you can also set preferences ahead of time of if you want to be able to approve or decline and all that, but they will do their best to make substitutions. And then can you shop at multiple stores at once? Not on one order, but you can do 2 orders from different stores. With the prep dish cart, I guess you could fill it both times and then take out the items you're not using from that store. It's complicated. It's not impossible. And then can you customize the cart that you pre-fill from prep dish? And I realize sometimes I'm answering these questions in other questions, but the prep dish cart, so the way the links work is it fills your cart with all of the items from the prep dish, meal plan. And then yes, you can customize it. You can increase the amount, you can decrease, you can delete it, you can edit it to, if you'd prefer organic or if you would prefer a different brand, you can make swaps. If you have additional items to add, you can do that. And then let's see, is it safe to do cold or frozen items? Yes, in my experience, even in the hot Texas sun, they've always been packaged appropriately, and I've never had items show up that aren't unfrozen. They've always either, depending on the store, it depends on how they package them. And then a few items I just wanted to add that are kind of specific to these prep dish links. So when you click on the grocery link and you go to your pre-filled cart, it's going to fill it with most of the items. And then at the bottom, it says pantry items. You might already have these. Those are items that are needed for the meal plan. Things like olive oil and vinegar. Sometimes it does some of the spices or maybe honey. And then if you want to add it, you have to click the button just to add it, but it's right there. I don't get to choose up front which items are optional pantry items. Instacart does that. So I can't control which ones. It kind of has an algorithm where it decides how to do that. But just know, if you don't have olive oil, you need to add it, but that's down there that way. And then if there is an item that's not available, it should show up in the cart, but just kind of grayed out and show you that it's not available. And then you can decide if there's a sub, or, maybe it's an item that's kind of on the side and not necessarily needed. But you will be able to see if there's something that for whatever reason is not available at that store. One thing I do recommend doing is doing a quick just glance at the grocery list and comparing that with what's in the cart, just to see, make sure everything's there, and go through the items, of course, just to see if there's things that you already have in your pantry and you don't need. And again, those staples, that sort of thing. But I think it's one of those things, just like with the meal plans, after you use it for a few times, I think it'll get really intuitive and easy to navigate. You'll kind of know your rhythm and how to get, it's going to be quick and easy the first time. Honestly, it was quick and easy the first time I did it, just because everything's already in there. But really, as you start to learn the ins and outs of it, I think it's just going to be so fast, easy, and just such a good time saver. So those are the questions I've been fielding about these new Instacart links. If you are a Prep Dish subscriber and you have any feedback, our Facebook group, we're having conversations in there. You can always just email customer service, which is info@prepdish.com. You can message me on Instagram, whatever it is. Contact us if you have any feedback, good, bad, whatever it is. We love to hear from you, especially here in these early days of launching these links. We're excited to get feedback on how they're working for all of you. And again, if you're not a Prep Dish subscriber, we do have that 2-week free trial. So prepdish.com/MPM, short for Meal Prep Monday. Go there, sign up for 14 days, try out these links, try out the meal plans, see how much time you can save by using all of these resources that we've pulled together to make mealtime healthy, tasty, but as fast as possible. So that's all I have for today's episode. I will be back again next Monday with another episode.